Now comes meat, potatoes, cabbage, and yams. The interior. I also forgot this camp comes with a little cooler. And this thing is here. What's neat is you can see depth here too with the road. It is neat. I wonder. I'm getting distracted, but this is sometimes the best way to do. Sometimes, can you like, might be a shot I could put something in here. That's a nice little like nook. Ooh, that would be neat. I can literally just walk in. That's neat. Huh. Yeah, I could just take the shit away and just put a bush, but there is one thing I was thinking of is this thing. Because the tree matches the tree of that, as you see. But let's see if there's a spot. If any of this will count as terrain enough to put this. So we will see. So I want it to blend in too. But I also think it would match this camp vibe. Let's see. Any other direction I can have it sit. So that gets too much in the way there. Yeah, that's the thing, like any tree-based outdoor stuff is what I'm trying. Now what about over here? Now of course here, because we're in dirt. Sometimes I still get like muscle memory of the old build system, and it's like, also, why am I not in free mode? Sometimes I like hit the wrong button. Let me see. This. If there's anything, it's thick. It really wants to be down here. And this, it doesn't even want to attempt it here. So maybe, I don't know. What we're gonna do is store that right now. It was a thought I had, but I'm not sure. All right. So let's go get into this mode, because now we're going to work on the interior, which interior means the inside. Don't know why it's specified, but this is stuff you see that comes here, which is cool. So we are going to go through our stored and see if we have spots for some of the stuff, if it's going to stay in the build, if it's something that's like, okay, I'm not going to use this. Like I was thinking, having a bench when you come in. But then I'm a little bit with how crookedy things are. So we're gonna see. I push it. Because it kind of emphasizes how crookedy things are, but I do kind of like that, and I can like put stuff on it, almost shelf style. So remember, this part is not built, it's in-game, so sometimes the hitbox is weird. But yeah, I like that right there, that's fine. Let's see. Potted plants are one thing I do like to put around. Not sure sure where I'm going to put them right now. Like this. Like I said, I would have a box, but what I was thinking is because this whole thing's leaning a little bit, that makes it look a little less lean in my opinion, which is cool. Also, some people do this, I don't like to, is I love the look of the fire barrels. Make sure y'all understand me, but I don't like to put them inside wooden structures. This is a thought I had, and then I'll put something underneath. If I can raise that up, maybe do something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna say heat lamp lighting will be to come. All right, now kind of like the outside, we're gonna do the inside with inside flavoring. This is how we use pictures and stuff. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have to figure out where I want things. So we're gonna go with that. Do I want the mailbox? I kind of like having this little one, but that doesn't really work. But the fish would be kind of funny out here. I think it'd be just a little fun guy out here. Yeah, see? It's not, not so much. Texture was not sitting right with me. Alright, decom shower. Useful enough for this build. Do we want satellite dish? Where might I put it? There, it's a little too cocked around. Right. Up. I do like having the satellite dish. It adds, like when you're looking towards the roof, it adds like a different shape. Open spot. See, I don't mind that. I like it to kind of, well, maybe I do. How about this little? That kind of fills it in. What about back here? Okay, I like that. That adds to this side. It does help. You know, when you're looking here, it's like, ooh, so here's satellite dish. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way my brain works. But, yeah. So if you are on Twitch and watching this, thank you for being here. Don't want to leave you all out. If you are seeing this when it's up on YouTube, I thank you also. So, alright, let's see. Alright. Neon signs. Now, this is where we're going to have to kind of figure out, we're going to start working towards a theming of things, and also if we're going to use this kind of stuff. I'm unsure right now. Alright. This I do feel like belongs in this camp, and what I was thinking about this, maybe put it around here. That would look like it's kind of grown into the tree. Maybe the tree's grown on it, and then I can put some dirt maybe around it. No. Or it can look like, ooh, yeah. Could look like it's my supply wagon. You see, the fun thing's gonna be is this road is not flat, so I can, well, you know, do have this much of a camp. I would like this to be used because I don't know, I just like. I'm gonna shove it right over... Hey, you know what? We're gonna store it. Sorry about that confusingness. Alright, I don't need any more stairs. This thing? Do you like to use it? I was thinking about... what I think about would be nice is to add it to the water here. But I wonder how much does that count as water? Symptomatic, it's just not right for this camp. Those, like I said, we'll worry about fireplaces in a bit, and rocks would be... I could maybe add some rocks around the base of this, but I want to start working on the inside. But seeing that thing, I do wonder if any of these like water resources I can kind of just sneak in here. Also, this thing could be cool to sneak into this camp somewhere. Oh, wait. Oh. Well, as I will say, sometimes ideas just fall into place, and that is one of them. I like that. I was trying to think what I would put there. That's perfect. Well, let's see if I can just kind of... Well, I don't know, it might be a little much there. I think I would like it to be over here, because it is rainwater collecting type deal. This is rainwater collector. Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, I'm gonna sit you right here. Okay, maybe this other. That's just not for this camp. It's another one of them. A water boiler, of course. Let's see, is there any way? Oh shit, there might. Did you realize what that's gonna add to the look of this camp? Now, where? Yeah, right through there. Now, I like that. Now that makes the base of this visually appealing. You're gonna hear me say that, but that is just how I work. Like, even this one? Damn. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I like the way that goes. I can move this tire. And move this tire to be like there. I like the way that drapes up there. Oh, I like that. And I like the way that's like broken and blends in. Oh, this, that. Look, like I said, sometimes things just fall into place. I look at that. That tree already looks a little bit more secure. Bingo, bango, bongo. I don't have clean. I wouldn't use the clean. Alright. Cool. What I'm thinking for that is, you'll see. I have an idea, folks. Now, I'm going to get more of the detail. So, it comes down to now, it's figuring out the layout of your camp and what you're going for. Like, what I'm thinking is this is going to be kind of like my home up there. Thinking my home, and then down here, maybe I'll do some kind of, not sure. Not sure. And then this might back here be a little market. What I'm thinking. So far it's a thought. But I'm kind of going for what I'm thinking is kind of like maybe feral bog witch type vibes, maybe. Oh, kind of crazy man living in the swamp, making chems and moonshine type deal. So, we're gonna come through. One thing I always like to start with is things that you're always gonna need. Now, I'm gonna need the cooking station. Cooking station perfect for this one is this. And I think that tucks in there nicely. And we'll be able to put some decor over there. Don't overthink it. If we do this. Okay, I think this is going to have to go. I think this works. But, don't worry, don't you fret your little pretty heads. Ugh. We will do something. Let's take this. I'm thinking is to take this one, put the tire on the inside. That looks, and most of the wall on the outside. So partition, pull it in just a bit. Well, let's see. Just kind of do that. Put that, and then we'll add some flavor to it. Then, don't you worry. Let's see. Over here, add a little flavor. Let's see. Look at fences. All right, I haven't used this. How about this? Look, we hit it. Boom. How's that look? Move it just a little bit out to get kind of... Yeah, look at that. A little bit of barbed wire back there. Nice. And then I might come through and add vines and stuff. Look at that. Alright. Get back onto this. One thing there's probably not going to be in this place is wallpaper. Because if this was going to be a place with wallpaper, this is the point where I would put the wallpaper, kind of help divide out the rooms as to what they're going to be. But because there's not going to be a wallpaper one, it's fine. Alright. So then we got cooking station. Boom. One out of the way. But, I mean, that works as a cooking station, but it's mostly you're chopping. So you also see, I like this cooking station, but it's a mine cart. I ain't gonna put a mine cart up in the trees, so that's out. So I might thinking about maybe putting a grill back here, or one of these little stoves. Because, so I'm gonna make it up a little bit higher. The pipes, if I have them like I want, yeah, pipes coming through. Actually, the pipes, you don't need that. I like that. I'm gonna do it just a little bit more and a little bit down. Okay, the pipes. Oh, that adds a little bit, and then we'll go from there with that. Alright. We'll blend that in a little bit farther this way, kind of look like it's built into the wall. That's there, that's there. Yeah, little start of a cooking area. Now, let's see. going with the thought of maybe hermit in the woods. See, I like these, but they're just so fucking giant. Like, that's just gonna... This is nice, and we can, you know, dazzle it up. So I'm gonna shove this here right now. I also gotta... One thing I gotta do is make sure things aren't interacting. So, like, grinder and that, and then we'll always add some kind of decor back there. But I do kind of like the bucket hanging there. There we go. And I think this is one that we just walk up to and shove in. It doesn't have an animation. You also got to think about that. Ah, alright. Let's see. Another one that I always focus on is Tinker's Bench. Tinker's Bench. When you're building a camp at 76, Tinker's armor and weapons are your big three. The fermenters and stuff, if you're going to get into the alcohol brewing and stuff, more than feel cheery to go for them. Me, I don't get into it. The only thing I really use them for is decor, which, hey, I mean, it's a thing. Let me see. Kind of got a thought here. I don't want it to go too much into the tree, but I also kind of like these questionable white stains being near this thing. And like, look how that brushes right against the tree. This little bit sticking up from down there adds some background. Adds not just background, but back area, backboard is what I'm looking for. Alright, so that's cool. Now, I see the space we got. There's one thing, is until you're done, you're not done. I thought this was going to go over there. But now, I think it's going to go here. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of crafting, alcohol-wise. I really should. It would kind of help my build. But I'm also one who just likes to vendor hop and buy it from people and help other people. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, that's not done. That is a good spot for it. Now we just gotta make sure this. Yes, we can use this. And then, boom. We'll make that look more appealing. And boom. Kitchen area. Which then, like I said, you're not done until you're done. Nah, I preferred it over here. Cool. Now that we have that established, once you have stuff established, is when I go through, and when I suggest go through and figure out flooring. Like, okay, so this is the kitchen area, I like that. This is going to be kind of I think mostly the floor in this place, because it's the most makes sense to the build, but it will really come down to the aesthetic of your build. So, there's that. Now, one thing thinking of I want to do is over here. Have it kind of look like there's some planks underneath. I'll worry about that box. Actually, this could just... oh, nah, go up deep. But I'm thinking doing something like this. See, it kind of adds underneath and kind of blends in. Also gives it a little bit more, oomph, a little more je ne sais quoi. And it just kind of brings the scrappiness from the walls to the floor. Like, that's just simple dimple decor right there. Look at that. It's just little visual flavors, little seasoning. Over here, what I might do is actually I have a rug idea for this. So, I get into the rugs, we'll worry about that. And, yep, so... go into resources, crafting. So let's see, armor, worry about that. Brewing station, done. We have the brewing station there. I mean, you can put more than one down. I mean, shit, you could literally, like, try to layer this in here like this. Do something crazy. Do something great. I think that's a little too much. It's a little cluttery. But we'll add to it. But brewing station's good. Cannery. I am gonna want the cannery, so I think I'm gonna kind of have it. I'm trying to figure out where I want this. You know what might be good is over here. Kind of looks like it's all producing, and I can just kind of tuck that weird thing into the tree. Hangs off the side, and then add to it. Yeah, that blends in. You know, don't see the stupid bucket, and then I can add something to the floor, or add something over there. It's perfectly fine. Which might actually lead into the chemistry station. Because one thing I will say is establish also is age to your camp. So, like, okay, that looks like it kind of goes into the tree. Well, it almost... also, what I was thinking of this build the whole time is that this has been around for a few years and maybe the tree's grown into it. You know? How about that? Honestly, I think that looks pretty good. So, visually, cannery, visually, cam. The cam looks like you're playing with that little thing, which is cool. Boom. This, ferment, boom. This, brew, done. These, chop, done. This, cook, done. And look at that. Alright. Got that. Power armor I'm not going to need. That, let's see, let me find a place. See if I have a place right now. Yes, what I was thinking is, you just walk downstairs. It's a little bit easier for doing inside stuff down there. Going down. What I like to do is kind of shove these into walls, if I can, and kind of almost leave the yellow box. Yeah, so these walls aren't going to really work for that. What about it? That could work. That could work right now. Alright, but it's always good to have that. Now, let me see. Tinkers. So, say, plan on having a Tinkers benches. But, where? Not sure yet. This was a thought I just, which I already disliked. What about over here? It is kind of in the whole vein animal processing. And I do like how that deer, or red stag skull, kind of hangs around the corner. Make sure that's high enough. To something over. It's good. And always test. There we go. Crafting. Let's see. Armor, the only thing we don't have. If I don't wind up having an armor bench, it's okay. It happens. But we'll see if there's anywhere that makes sense. I don't think I can just combine it with one of these. I don't think it's going to really work with the size of the ones I'm using. If I use the regular armor, not so much. Need this one. That doesn't really work for my camp thought. So I am just gonna play here a second. If there's anywhere. No. I really. The sewing machine thing just kind of throws out. So we don't know about the armor. We'll go down here, see if there's anywhere. That's gonna be way too far. That's fine. So hey, if I don't have an armor bench, it's okay. Fine. See, we got the brewing cannery, cooking, fermenter, punch card, packaging, everything, the weapons. Alright, so that's another one. So, weapons and armor we don't currently have. Could I add an area down here, maybe? Maybe. Could I add something like that? We'll see. We're just gonna put that. This is the two I'd want to use for the camp. Oh. Now, I'm down here. Get to a little detail. Because one thing you'll notice with me is little details, you know? Like a legend said, nothing is trivial. Instead of having Jet just hang, we're having it its own little platform. And then we will literally make these and put them there. So it looks from the inside up there. Now, doing it there because as you see, is there's the brewer. This is the rainwater collector. Now, show you kind of what I call the meat and potatoes of my builds. I know I use that word a lot, that saying a lot, but I like having details where you, like, I understand that people may not notice them, but guess what? I notice it. So, let me make some camp space. I'm gonna literally go through and delete stuff so I can do this detail. Alright. So, let's see, we're gonna go power connector, go with this conduit. Okay? Follow me on this. Let's see, right there. That's the thing. Where did that go? Oh, so that's a rainwater collector. Okay? Yeah, some of you, if you've gotten this far watching it on YouTube, or if you are in my chat right now, you might kind of understand what I'm going for. Will this snap? I'm trying to see if I can get this to snap. Hopefully, well, if it will snap. Alright, I'm gonna have to just free place it. It's fine. Let me go on the inside. Let me see if I can make this kind of line. So that's about where it was. So we want this out there. Notice that kind of sticks through, but it looks like it's bringing water in. Now I could literally do that. Kind of L-bend this. Or I could move this back a little bit. Over. Go to the roof. Let's see, where is this stuck? Up for a time. I know, this ain't the most visually watching me get through all the grass and roofs and stuff. Like, I probably should have started this piece at first, but I didn't. Alright, that works. This. Boom, right into the pipe. And I do like that it has little twisties to it, because like all this is twisted. Look at that. Boom. Perfect. And it literally connects right there, right in. Like I said, is it a detail many people will notice? No, probably not many will notice. But do I know it's there? Yep. And does that make me happy? Yep. Alright, let's go into the store. Let me start looking around in the store and see what I might actually use. Well, I'm going to use that. Well, I can use these. You know, washer and dryer type of house. TV aquarium, maybe. This. Do I still have it? Still had it on Snap. Alright, let's go. What am I thinking? How about we put the Doomsday Clock? I don't know why I like the Doomsday Clock. Put that. I don't want the Doomsday Clock. How about we sneak that right up here? Ominous, but up there. Yeah, like that. And then, like plants. These are like as a little accent, like this. Shove it in there. So it adds a little something that comes from here. It looks like I could be growing some kind of like fern or something that goes with this. Yeah, look at that. They fill voids. Alright, now here's where the layering comes. Let's see, will this go like right down? Actually, no, if that's kind of brokety, we should be fine. Something like that looks a little bit better. I don't know about another bench. Put that down here with these because I have a lot. This is one of my favorite couches for these type of builds. If y'all didn't have it, it's Adam Shop. It is the Tiki couch. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put it here, kind of like having a vent fan behind my bed, or behind my couch. Now what I'm saying is like hermit recluse type thing, but not too recluse because you see. So it's kind of a couch, but I'll probably put, I'll just show you what I like to do, which used to be so much harder, but it's so much easier now. I'll take is, let's see, storage. that there. And then and through where? Now you have, kind of looks like up on pallets, you have like a couch daybed type deal. And look at that. Look at that. Flopper ass is here. Roll over. Listen to the sounds of the mire. Rest on by the sleep land. Pretty nice, huh? Pretty nice. And I think should be able to, yeah, see? Yeah, you can still sit on it. It might not look the best, but I want this house to be, like I said, kind of recluse, chems, drugs, survival out here. So let's see. What kind of wall decor? Maybe something like some unhinged splattering paint like this would be cool. Kind of goes with the colors in there. This way, can I take off that wall? And look, that just adds a whole lot of visual flavor right there. So that's cool. Now, we don't need actual bed. Lights, we'll figure out. I do like this little lady. And these stairs have these big posts. So I do... It's one of those things it's nice I can kind of sink it in now before it just usually sat on top, which isn't bad, obviously. I do like the idea of sinking it in. Like I said, you see, they really need like an incremental shoving. I guess there is like front and back and that, but you move so quick. Look at that. Perfect. Need some wall art for this dude. What are we thinking? What do we think? I am thinking having one of my favorite ones, the Mothman sighting thing. Feels like one you would almost always have if you lived in this universe. One's rotate. Okay. I want that post there. Perfect. Alright. We will add to that. That works. Film stored. Flowing map. Have a beer. This one, I'd like to put over here. Okay. Like that. Alright. Now we'll start working on more stuff. So, what I was thinking, under here, we'll take one of these kegs, shove this under here. Don't worry, sometimes you will have to go into float mode to grab things, to move things, if you're able to. Sometimes I should have been more careful to make sure that was a little bit farther back. But if not, as a legend once said, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Right. And then, alright, come here. Make sure it's past those. And right there. Perfect. Take the Nuka Shine one and do let's see. We want to get Nuka Shine stick out back this little hole. Perfect. Put that last one stored. Catch my thoughts, drink some coffee. Do want like a cooler. I am thinking, let's see, I literally tuck this, tuck this under here. Oh no, the legs are going to stick out the bottom. I just have to go. What if we... wish they'd make new colorways of these. Let's see, do we want just layer up another one of these right here? Just put that under there, yeah, perfect. That needs to move just a bit. Inside the bucket. That's even better. Got a little quantum cooler back here. Perfect. Don't need more generators. Don't need clean vending thing. I'll need to clean sinks. Do we want one of these? Wait. Do we need meat? I don't know. Right now. I don't feel like this is gonna be a one to have neon signs. Leave it. I don't want to use that again. Hear about that. Ship in the bottle. I always like to use a ship in the bottle. And just something like that. It's kind of visually interesting, maybe. Chair. I can't wait to have that. Look at that, blends in. Have a little chair here. And yes, this is made like antlers are supposed to look like, but it goes visually here. So then, let's see what else we got. Not dirty enough. I'm not sure about that. We have we need from that. Oh no, EV aquarium. Let's see. I kind of like the idea of kind of. Alright, this is gonna sound really weird. If in chat, in the Twitch that's I'm on, let me know. Any of you think this is weird? But this is slowly turning into like a homely hemden. Not a crack house, a crack home, you might say. Kind of the thought, like a recluse that has a little bit of respect. So I think that there looks kind of neat. But one of my pendants, I want to put you up here. I like the way that goes. Oh, I do like to use Where's that one? Yeah, this one. This I do like to put, like, in this somewhere. We'll put you... up there. And I don't know about that. Suit of armor, I don't see that. That, I don't see anything. Those, I just don't use anymore. Let's see. Could use like another barrel-y type thing here. Let's see, let's go. Visually, I don't know. We're gonna see. But I want it to be just barrels there. Thing. I was thinking. Yeah. Literally get more interesting. Put the coffee pot here. It almost looks like it could somehow go with that. Perfect. You know what? This might be cool. Yeah, I like. I like that. Put that there. Yeah, I like that. It kind of gives them some light. And let's see. Yeah, that is. It's part of the. Yeah, right here. Look at that. You got the little rabbit sitting up. And that doesn't look bad at all. So much. Alright, cool. Let's see what else I could do over here. firewood. That looks good there. And some like heat back about recalls the olden days when he had a working toaster. You know? Typewriter might, well, this ain't really a typewriter era. It's gonna be all in the Pip-Boy, but like, he might have his typewriter story. I was thinking it's like a storage, you got little critters, let me lock them so no one steals. So shut that there. That idea. Randomness of the wall there. Let's see. See if I can get this. To maybe stand for. Oh, no. Oh, that instantly took 50 as well out. Never mind. That was a thought. I hope they come out with different versions of this someday. I do like how they're kind of off to that side. Let's see, story. I'm not gonna need a ball. Tea machine. We're gonna definitely go here. And we're gonna make it the Blue Ridge one just because I have Blue Ridge barrels and it gets people wondering like, what are the Blue Ridge up to? That's kind of cool. Right. And we will put a cooler. Like that. Alright, a little something. Yeah, Now let's see. This big guy, I just don't think I'm gonna use. Go back to this idea. I think I'm gonna use that. Don't know about that. Let's see. Rotation, I can have that. What about the wagon? This. Not sure. Ooh, here's a thought. There's always like browns, browns. Ooh, so maybe like a little circle pile with a nuke, and then there is more dirt I could add there. That I just don't think I'm going to use at this point. Cutting board, no. These I'm not sure. Also now let's see, I think no, I just don't think I'm gonna keep the cauldron. Ugh. This thing. I like this thing. I like the texture. Let's see if there's a place. I don't think there's going to be. Alright. Now, grab one of these. Now, let's see. That's going to be a little buckety. That not so much. What about in here? That adds a little bit of appeal, and it fills in that big gap. Like that. I like it. Picasso. Perfect. You... Let's see if I could add... Actually, I want the other point. This... and show you right there. I'm thinking. See, we got the water thing there, so I think if we have this here, this here, I think it works. Anywhere that this could go. And then we'll come through, and let's see, what we're going to do is just like a little fence to protect them. Yeah, and kind of build that together. And then that goes into like that. About that. Oh, something like that. Sorry, I'm just kind of focused. Here we go. This is to the point of a lot of just look at things and think what comes to mind and then try. It's what we're really doing now. Yes, I know that's kind of how life is. If it comes to mind and you think it might be an idea, try it. There's kind of like a way to like check in there. I'm not locked. Go. That just adds a little bit more secureness around this tree. I really like the weight of how everything's looking around the tree. It's good. Now, it's going to really come down to just digging through the menus, seeing what pops out at me, seeing what I think might work in these situations. So that's how the camp building is going to come to now. Is going to be a lot of, well, this might work here, maybe not. Also, one thing is I like this round rug to play with shape. Because you see how like everything's kind of squared off here? If you center, what I'm going to do is center that up with that mostly. It kind of helps, you know, as you see, not everything's so square. Like that's the only round thing, like that's triangle, yada yada yada. That adds some depth to here. And yeah, you kind of got a basic idea right now of how this is going to look. Right now it's going to be a lot of, like I said, detail work. And yeah, I'm very happy with how this is. I hope you all are liking the way this is coming out. Now, let me show you, let me try to see some let's see about kind of bracing this stuff up a little bit, kind of show you what I like to do. Also, this is one of my favorite things, the debris, and you usually can kind of like dig this into these areas you see and help kind of flush them out a little bit. Like, look at that. Looks like how it would be. I'm a little unsure how much of this I want, how much I want to keep clean. It's like, okay, that kind of ties stuff together, but then, I don't know. I kind of like it to look like I do care about this place a little bit. Like I said, more of a crack home, crack house, crack home instead of a crack house. Let's see. I shut this up here. But that's how I would do, like if you're trying to do something like this, these are really good to just kind of tuck under things. And you can just see it like adds a different dimension. And with the free placing, it really adds to it. Like, I guess I can add like some schmutz in there instead of water, but yeah, I don't think I want to. Yeah. You're gonna start coming where? But I don't think I'm gonna really want to. Now it's gonna really come down to I need to figure out what other furniture and stuff I want up here. One thing always remember to do is before you get too far into a build, like when you're getting to this point like I am where I'm like, okay, we're over half budget, like definitely unless they're gonna be a focal point, just always remember your producers if you need any of them. Like me right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to ultimately need or want. Like I'm thinking the rad stag thing for this camp makes sense. I think something like that visually makes sense. We'll see though if I keep that, because I kind of like this arch. But I mean, you can still walk through there. So yeah, make sure to look for your producers. Also, it's gonna fuck up that gate. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I wish I could just have the deer and hang it in a tree, but let's see. I always love having this dumpster. Will it fit here and make sense? Yes. Right, slime cake. I don't have the stuff to make that. That's done. Let's see. This comes from this scoreboard. The soup thing, if anyone wonders when you're watching this. Such a cool little thing. Oh, look, invaders from behind itself. Let's see, do I have anywhere I can shut this? Now, this could change the whole thought about what this is here. Look at this. Show you. With this little thing here, I wonder, is this alcohol or is this soup that it produces? Now I do like that. I do like this. Yes, I saw if anyone's like, oh no, the event popped. It's aliens from beyond. I'm in a private world, and I have everything from that I need. Well, we're good there. So, I gave you all watching a really good taste. What's going on? So, I think what I'm going to do is what I like to do anyway is to step back from camps. When I've got like, you know, I got what I would say 30% budget left because I got 30% stored. Now I'm just about at that max, or at that point. What I like to do is step back from camps anyway. So we've been 2 hours with this stream, you know, cut this down to probably 2 videos. Might cut this down to 2 videos, one to show you the outside, one to show you the inside, just because I'm trying to get a little bit different content out for y'all. This building, I'm trying to think on, this might be a market building, I don't know. But I kind of want to do something with it. But I think right there I'm going to call it for right now. A tour will be up with this in a video really soon. You'll be able to catch that. Not sure if I'm going to finish this tonight. It might be tomorrow, but tomorrow is Wednesday, yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday. So, if you don't see it on YouTube, I should have it linked below to check out my TikTok. I'm David Decay everywhere, not the everywhere, just anywhere you find me, I am that. Or the YouTube channel. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know my YouTube channel. Don't be silly. And yeah, there will be a video when this is finished out on probably a short that goes out on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So watch out for that if you're interested. If you're on Xbox, feel free to comment below or hit me up if you want to come see it in person, or if you want some tips. You know, I'm willing to help people build camps too. And yeah, so that's it for right now. I'm gonna go finish this out and go from there. So I appreciate you all so much for being here, those who are watching on Twitch live and those who watch this on YouTube. I appreciate all of you. I want you all to stay alive, thrive, and spread them good vibes. I don't want to put up 4 fingers, I meant 3. Give them the 3. Please fondle that like button like you love it. And until another day, this has been DK.